Hello, my name is Michelle Bourquin, and I'm looking forward to my conversation with Elisabeth Westermann. Welcome.
Hello, I'm happy to be with you.
Me too. So I'm happy that we are going to talk about your work and also about your experiences that you have made by listening to consciousness exercises with hemisphere synchronization. And Elisabeth, you are a music therapist, and in 2012 you have developed an energetic way of healing through singing, music and sounds, which you call the Dao Ta Sound Code Therapy. But you have also founded the Dao Ta Sound Code Academy, where you teach this technique to people so that they can pass it on to others as well.
Yes.
A few years ago, you got in contact with consciousness exercises on CDs with Hemisphere Synchronization by Harald Westbecher. And you told me that you have been so fascinated and surprised about the frequencies that were used on these CDs that you tried to include this into your work. So can you tell us more about this?
Yes. So as you might imagine, when someone is working with voice and singing and sounds, of course, you would hear deeper into a sound that you would hear. And when you listen carefully, you would hear more than the average person would hear. So I was amazed when I got introduced to these Hemispheres Synchronizations by Harald Westbecher. First of all, because it was a synthesizer music that didn't have this feeling of, yeah, I have to say it like this, like dead music, yeah? When it's a digital synthesizer, I can hear that right away because this music is just not alive. And hemisphere synchronization music is alive. And that is because, first of all, it's an analog synthesizer that he used. Then he's using natural sounds. And then he's using all of the frequencies that I've been researching on during my years of research with the voice capacities. The human voice is the only instrument that is able to produce all of these frequencies. And all of these frequencies together would support a system, body, mind, soul, to grow into a higher state of consciousness, to get a deep healing, to let go of resistances and all of these things. And I could hear, when I listened deep into the hemisphere synchronization carpet, as I like to call it, that all of these different frequencies were in there. So first of all, the low frequencies that would get the system to calm down to the extent where it would be connecting the information that would be given with the subconscious, which is called the delta. But also every step in between, which to my understanding is very important, because we don't want to force people into getting into delta and having to take everything into their subconscious. We want to make an offer. So this composition of sounds and music that he uses is made in the way that it leaves you free for your system to choose, subconsciously as well as consciously. That was the first thing. And the second thing was that also these high frequencies are included, like the cricket sounds and the sounds even higher in pitch. where you would connect to the higher levels of consciousness, all the different layers of the higher levels of consciousness and all the beings that are connecting those. Some of them, the sound code beings, the ascended masters, the angel world, you know, all of these. And all of that together makes up this beautiful, beautiful composed something that he uses in different ways and in different combinations, even in these different CDs that are on the market. And for the English-speaking people, it will probably not be so much the ones where you have the German words on there, but there is still a lot of CDs available with different combinations of these sounds that would guide the body, mind, soul being to receive all of the support to grow. And then I found out that it was possible to combine it with sound codes and singing. And I asked, and I was allowed to do that. And this is a very big privilege. And I would say that even Harald, who wasn't alive anymore, stood behind this because it was like a miracle for me that I was allowed to use this. And then when I combined it, I could feel that the sound codes, where you use the voice capacities in all of its parts, would be highly supported through these sounds and frequencies that Harald has created as a composition and as the hemisphere synchronization. And I could see, and I had people report to me that it worked on a physical level, that it worked on the emotional level, that it worked on the mental level, even though they didn't know what sound codes I was singing there. Yeah, I know that effect from the sound codes, but not in that dimension. And this combination, and I can imagine the same thing is happening when he's using his words, but you will not probably not listen to it because you won't understand a word. So the voice capacity in how you speak, of course, would also have an effect. And I had the privilege to listen to one of his CDs, and I really had the effect that I could feel something that I've never felt before. I felt a connection to, you could say, divine love, being understood thoroughly in a way that it stayed within. So I felt this connection to divine love, to divine Father's love. So I became much more open to connect with people in a new way and seemingly finding my new partner. This is not totally clear yet, but it feels like that. So, yeah, what can I say? This is just great. And then, as far as I understand, you developed a method, or not you didn't develop it, but you worked with it, where you can measure how a system, body, mind, soul, has responded to something that they had been experiencing. And you worked with it before and after, and you could see a significant difference between before and after. And maybe you can tell a little bit about that.
Yeah, we were looking for a measuring device that we can prove that there is an impact when we listen to these consciousness exercises or these CDs. And this device is called BioWell and is used in more than 60 countries. So it's quite famous. And so we were testing people who were listening to different consciousness exercises before they were listening to the CD and then right after they had listened to the CD. And we had the results exactly there where we wanted them to be. So this was a very good experience that we have made, so that we can show there is really something happening in your system, in your organs, yeah, in your energy level.
Great, great. And you, from what I understand, you did the same thing with my CDs, and also with the CDs there is no words on it.
Exactly.
That would be of interest for you, the English-speaking people.
Yeah, you could see the changement in the organs. That's really interesting. It really works. It's amazing. Yeah, exactly. So it's, yeah, how you approach these frequencies is a different way than we do, and it's very nice to hear it from you in your words, how you feel about them. And do you have made own experiences with the listening to the CDs?
Yeah, I just told you about it with this one CD where I felt I was so connected to the divine afterwards. So
Yes.
I was very, very grateful for it. And I can only recommend to listen to these CDs. And I'm sure that with composition and my listening into the differentiation of the combination of all of the different frequencies in the different CDs that don't have words, you will certainly have deep experiences when you listen and you feel into it.
Yes.
So thank you very much for having me.
Thanks for that really interesting conversation and all these experiences that you have shared with us. Thank you a lot. Take care. See you.